I want to come on here, do like a really quick like bulk check-in type video, see the progress, and talk about kind of how it's going. Maybe go over some tips, and also just because I want to make some more content for this channel because it's fun. But so far, I think I've had probably a couple days past week or two when I haven't hit the calories. But last night I had a pretty big cheat night because my brother's birthday. So, and then again, I shouldn't really call it a cheat night because like it's just food and giving it that like kind of, thing, I guess it kind of creates something. It creates a thought that it's bad, right? And as long as you're not like having a bunch of junk food every single day and overeating every day, it's not like, shouldn't be labeled as something that's like crazy, crazy, like that. But yeah, so I probably made up there. And I should make this video, or maybe I'll do another one on Monday because I weigh in every Sunday, and it is currently not Sunday. Um, Tomorrow's Sunday at the time of recording. So I, yeah, but I think last week I was up by like a little under half a pound, which is like, I know you might think that's not a lot of weight for a week because typically, I don't know, but on if you do everything right, the max amount of muscle, take it or leave it, you can gain in a week is about 1 pound. So if I can aim to gain a pound to a pound and a half a week, I can hope, like as long as I'm training right, eating my protein, and sleeping right, it's gonna be mainly muscle. Because last year I bulked and just kind of ate and ate like whatever, didn't like track, wasn't super focused. But this time I want to really try and dial it in, and make the cut easier. Um, so when I want to cut after, I'm not cutting for a long time, and it's mainly just the bulk was really just kind of like a main gain kind of, but you know, uh, but yeah. So some tips. I mean, obviously, if you're trying to bulk up and you have trouble putting weight on, you just need to find things to add, sneak it in there. Olive oil can get your numbers up. Just throw some cheese on. You don't need to go for the calorie smart options anymore if you're trying to bulk. So you can get the real thing, like just the jumbo tortillas, regular bread. Um, you can even maybe mess around with some butter. And then again, so try and on the bulk, you don't want to mess your gut up. I think it's best to try and stay away from ultra processed food. Again, I'm coming off of having a cheat night last night, so I can't really talk. But just even if you have a cheat day, maybe try and filter them out. Like once every 2 weeks, I'm gonna try and make my rule. Um, to have some like ultra processed stuff like that, and you just kind of not be super strict about it all the time, because then again I think you got to be able to enjoy. um but yeah, and balance your meals out so you're not just, it's not painful to sit down. You're going to make yourself eat like 1,000 calories in one sitting, and then you feel stuffed and you don't want to eat, and you're done bulking, and then you just give up. Try and pace it out, make it easier on yourself. um what's another thing I was going to say? There's another tip I was going to give. Oh yeah, also, and you don't have to focus crazy as much on protein when you're bulking as to if you were just trying to maintain or main gain or cut, because your body is not necessarily going to use that protein for fuel, or it's going to be less inclined to, because of your calorie surplus. So you can try and get some more energy and calories from your carbs and fats, because you know that your body's going to look towards your carbs and fats before your protein. So instead of like, say, if you're like me, I'm 180 and I try to get from between 200 to 220 grams of protein a day. Um, so I can really, and that's because I know that's a little much, because it's typically about, I think it's like, you just say about a gram per pound of body weight. Most people do gram to gram and a half. But a lot of the protein, like my calorie tracker will just log it from like basically any source I get. So not all the protein I have is actually a complete protein. So I think it's best to go a little bit over, just if you're gonna factor that in. Um, which I should probably, maybe I'll make like a really quick video on that too, complete proteins. But yeah, um, that's how it's going. That's the progress, and we'll keep updated. I really want to lock on running again to do some more running. So I think that'll be kind of like a cutting season type of deal. But yeah, we'll see.